Today I've got one of those restorations you guys absolutely love. This time we're looking at a Honda Civic EG6 that sat abandoned in the middle of overgrown vegetation for nearly 10 years. And trust me, the final result is going to blow your mind. This isn't just any Civic. It's an EG6 that had already been modified years ago, but after sitting untouched for a decade, it was left in terrible condition. It's covered in dirt, rust is starting to appear, and several parts are completely missing. These guys have a huge challenge ahead of them, so make sure you stick around until the end because the transformation is honestly incredible. Before we jump in, if you enjoy restoration and JDM content like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support the channel and allows me to keep bringing you videos like this every week. Alright, let's get started. After a lot of hard work, they finally managed to pull the Civic out of the ground where it had been slowly sinking for years. Believe it or not, leaving a car on soft ground can sometimes help prevent the tires from developing severe flat spots compared to sitting on concrete. That said, after 10 years, these tires definitely belong in the trash. Looking at this car, most people would probably send it straight to the scrapyard. But these guys have a completely different idea. They're determined to bring it back to life. If the outside looks rough, the interior is even worse. It's filthy, a lot of components are missing, and I'm pretty sure we're going to find plenty of rust along the way. The rear of the car tells another story. It looks like the previous owner stripped out most of the interior to save weight. It's obvious this Civic was built for performance at some point. That can actually be a good thing, assuming quality parts were used. Otherwise, fixing someone else's modifications usually ends up being much harder than restoring a completely stock car. After inspecting everything, they finally get the Civic back to the workshop. And by the way, did you notice what they're using to pull the car off the trailer? If you've been watching this channel for a while, you already know I'm a huge fan of Japanese kei trucks. Now it's time to check what really matters: the engine. At first glance, it doesn't look great, but surprisingly, there aren't any major oil leaks. There's still a little bit of engine oil left, although it's extremely dark and thick after sitting for so many years. Still, the fact that there's oil at all gives me some hope, especially considering this is a Japanese engine from the golden era of the 90s. And this isn't just any Honda engine. The EG6 originally came equipped with Honda's legendary B16A, a naturally aspirated 1.6-liter DOHC VTEC, producing around 170 horsepower while revving well past 8,000 RPM. Even today, it's considered one of the greatest four-cylinder engines Honda has ever built thanks to its incredible reliability and high revving character. They begin removing engine components to inspect everything before pulling it out. One of the first things you always want to check is whether the engine still turns over freely and whether any water made its way into the cylinders. After making sure everything is disconnected, the engine finally comes out. And I want to point something out. These aren't professional restoration shops with unlimited budgets and state-of-the-art equipment. They're passionate enthusiasts working in small home garages with basic tools, bringing cars back that most people would have given up on. Personally, I would have taken the opportunity to completely degrease everything and pressure wash it while protecting the electrical components, but that's just how I would approach it. Next, they remove the valve cover, and honestly, I'm impressed. The valve train looks remarkably clean with very little visible wear. Even the timing belt appears to be in good condition, showing proper tension and no obvious cracks. Whoever owned this Civic clearly took care of the engine before the car was abandoned. With the engine looking healthy, they move on to prepping the chassis for paint. One thing that surprises me is that they don't apply primer first, especially inside the engine bay. That's one of the hardest areas to repair later if rust comes back. Next up is the interior. It's still packed with dirt, so they strip everything out, clean it with compressed air, and begin painting. Hopefully they properly sanded every surface beforehand because I noticed several rusty areas. Personally, I think skipping primer is a mistake. But considering they're bringing back a car that was basically left for dead with very limited resources, it's hard not to respect what they're doing. One thing that makes me nervous is seeing the paint hose dragging across freshly painted surfaces. Sure, most of these areas will eventually be hidden under carpet and seats, But developing careful habits makes a huge difference during the final assembly. With the interior finished, it's finally time for one of the biggest modifications: the rear fenders. They immediately start cutting into them, so now it's obvious what's coming. This Civic is getting a serious wide-body setup, and those massive wheels are going to need every bit of extra clearance. They repeat the process on the opposite side. This is much harder than it looks. It's not simply cutting and bending sheet metal. Both sides have to match perfectly in width and shape. I've seen plenty of terrible fiberglass wide-body jobs over the years. Personally, I prefer installing a properly engineered wide-body kit because everything fits much better. Let's see which direction they take. And here's another clue: a full roll cage. This build is definitely becoming something special. They even customized the gauge cluster with blue faces to match the exterior paint. Small details like that can completely transform the finished car. Everything is finally starting to come together. The racing bucket seat looks fantastic. Wide body kit, roll cage, bucket seat. This is definitely not going to be your average street Civic. What do you guys think so far? After fixing a few dents, they continue painting the exterior. I'm still really curious to see how they finish those rear fenders. Once the paint is complete, assembly begins. Doors, trim pieces, riveted over fenders. A quad-tip exhaust. Little by little, this Civic starts looking like a completely different car. Next comes the mechanical assembly. The engine turned out really well, although I personally think there was still room to improve some of the detailing. That ducktail-style rear wing is probably a bit too aggressive for my taste, but overall the finished build works surprisingly well. It isn't exactly my style, but there's no denying the amount of work that went into it. With everything finished, they load it onto the trailer and take it exactly where it belongs. A tuning and car show, where it quickly becomes one of the main attractions. Just look at it now. This Civic went from being abandoned and forgotten to becoming a car that enthusiasts genuinely admire, all thanks to a small garage, basic tools, and a lot of dedication. You can also clearly see they ended up installing a proper wide-body kit instead of fabricating the rear quarters from scratch. In my opinion, that was absolutely the right decision. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for: a track test. It might not be the fastest Civic out there, but one thing is certain: they're going to have an absolute blast driving it. So what do you think about builds like this? Normally this isn't really my style, but considering the car had already been heavily modified years ago, I think continuing the project made much more sense than trying to restore it back to factory condition. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you next week with another incredible automotive story.